How's it going, everybody? My name is Josh Harmon. Today I want to show you how to organize your photos for a clean and smoother workflow. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump into Lightroom Classic. That's the program that I use to help kind of organize my photos, and it kind of makes it easier for proofing to go through tons of photos at once, kind of like nitpick the ones you do want to get down to. So we're going to jump in over here into Lightroom. It's kind of like my main dashboard. So what we want to do is when you click on it, go to File, down to Import Photos. Here's kind of like the import screen. So we're going to import the photos that I took on my 360 camera today, just because we're using these as an example. So what it's going to do when you click on that file folder, it's going to automatically check all the photos that you want to import. If you want, you can uncheck them all, pick the ones you do want to check. If you want to do kind of like a selection, you can hold down Shift, select the ones you want, and then hit the checkbox. That'll check the ones that you did have highlighted. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna check all the boxes. So over here on the right, so you want to make sure, actually up on the top, you want to make sure everything is a copy, because we're going to be copying this over to a hard drive, external hard drive. I like to keep everything on an external hard drive just because for over the years I fill up laptops very quickly, so instead of storing everything on a laptop, I store on external hard drives. So on the right is going to kind of give me where I want to send these photos, so like the destination. So mine, I usually set it the year that I start the hard drive, so I started this last year in 2019. I have different categories for different kind of photo shoots that I do. So I have the drone, events, family, headshots, maternity shoot, my personal stuff that I like to do, real estate, vlogs, and even weddings. So for this stuff, this is actually very new, so we're actually gonna put in a new folder I just created called 360 Photos. In here, you can check this little box to put into a subfolder. What I like to do for subfolders is making sure you put the year, month, and then date, just because that way when you organize the folder, you can actually go by chronically correct order line, just because year is always consistent for the year, month, that way you kind of go back to like, oh yeah, I shot that in February, I'm gonna go back to February '02, and then you can see from there. So clicking in here, it's nice to have the date on your computer, so April 30th, little description, so you can just say test 360 camera. What I like to do is also, if you Control or Command A, Command C, you're going to copy that, also to put it into a collection. A collection just makes it a little bit more organized, so you can come back to Lightroom and find those photos a little bit easier. So if you click this little plus icon up here, I do not have a place for 360 photos, so I can show you how to do that later, but right now we're going to have to add it somewhere, so I'm just going to add it to my personal. Collection name, Control V. Same scenario, same kind of situation. So you have the year, month, day, and then a little brief description. That way you can find these photos a lot quicker in your little kind of like folder files. So once you hit create, what you're going to do, so that's both creating a collection and putting it to a copy into my external hard drive at the same time. So when you hit import, it's going to import the photos into Lightroom Classic, and it's also going to put the photos onto my external hard drive from the memory card. So it's going to take a second. I'll fast forward a little bit once this is done. A lot of photos. So you can kind of see up here on the left hand side, it's going to kind of give you your progress meter. So it's copying and importing the photos at the same time. But down here are those collections I was talking about. So on here, I kind of show you the difference between all the different kind of like collections that I've done. I'm going to my personal, like I went on my Hawaii trip. I hiked the Saddle Peak with my wife. A tennis ball, I was having fun in the backyard spinning a tennis ball. Just a bunch of different stuff that's happened over the years. So once I have that on here, the last one, that's what's kind of great about putting in that date chronological order. Clicking this last one, nothing's going to show here yet until it is done importing and the smart previews have been built. The smart previews is kind of like Adobe's kind of like a little bit downsizing the images a little bit, just so that way it's a little bit faster work process. When you do export, it's in full format of what you want your photos to be. Kind of at the mercy of this right now, so I just gotta wait till it's done. That's another reason why I like to put it on external hard drives, so you can kind of see right back here, if I can point to it, my other finger's tapping. I have a 5 terabyte external hard drive on. I just bought these little fun, actually they're exterior double-sided Velcro, where you can put it on your hard drive and then your laptop. That way it's kind of stuck on there, because I used to carry it on my top of my laptop, and then when walking around they'd actually slip off, unplug, and unplugging something without ejecting it properly could corrupt the files. So that's why I like to have these on there, so that way I know when I'm walking around with my laptop they're not going to fall off, and they're easily removable and they stick, which is kind of nice. And it kind of uses a little bit of brace, so when I move this backwards it stops it, so it kind of saves my little joints up here on my laptop. See, so my preload already exists. Build. They're awesome. Hit OK. Photos populate. So that's how you can import your photos and kind of keep your hard drive as well as your Lightroom Classic a little bit more organized. Putting the year first, month, date, and then doing a brief description, and then doing collections where then you can kind of like categorize how you want your photos to organize. It just makes for a cleaner and easier process for getting your photos worked through, edited, and to your clients. So that's kind of like the workflow that I like to do to organize my photos within Lightroom. It makes things a lot easier and it's very organized, which then you can go back and find what you were looking for. Stay tuned for this weekend. I'm going to be doing kind of like an elopement wedding. So I'll kind of show you like the workflow that I like to go through to kind of like how I process those photos and pick the ones I want to do to upload to my website for proof for the clients. I will show you kind of how I do that and how I kind of like streamline it to make it a little bit easier. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more videos like this. Thanks.